open, and then it is loading, and I will enter prompt. Create a creative writing activity for we are dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. So that's from the song All Too Well. I would have never known this because I know nothing about Taylor Swift. But ChatGPT has helped me with this. This is where your creativity comes in. So you have to sometimes give an idea to ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT didn't give me this idea of an interview. I came up with it. We are going to talk about how to create materials and worksheets and also games. Sometimes we are not sure about what materials we'll need for an activity. Let's take, for example, this activity about the song lyric scramble, right? So you can ask AI to give you some guidance with that. What material will I need for the activity song lyric scramble? So it suggests lyric sets, prepare printed sets of lyrics, and it will tell you come up with a set of lyrics from Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish songs. But if you have absolutely no idea about your students' interests, you don't know the lyrics and you don't have the songs, right? So how do you get this information? So this is where ChatGPT can help you. Here is what I did once it told me this. So I said, can you create a PDF for me which includes 2 lines from 2 different Taylor Swift songs that have the present continuous tense, because that activity focuses on lyrics that have the present continuous tense. First do this, create a document with Taylor Swift songs, then create a separate PDF for me which include another 2 lines from 2 different Billie Eilish songs. So you have to be very specific. So look at what it says. I'm sorry for any confusion, but I'm unable to directly create or provide PDF documents. However, I can guide you on how to create these PDFs yourself. Okay. Even though it doesn't create the documents for me, it gives me a code. Here they have actually, ChatGPT has actually got song lyrics which have present continuous. You're in the room, it's a typical Tuesday night. So you are in the room. Actually, it is not in the present continuous tense, right? So this is something that you can like go back and then say, no, the first, I don't think I had done that, right? So you can say the first sentence is not in the present continuous tense. Can you revise it and create another sample for me, right? The second one is in the present continuous tense. We are dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. So that's from the song All Too Well. I would have never known this because I know nothing about Taylor Swift. But ChatGPT has helped me with this. The Billie Eilish songs, let's look at them. Don't be that way. I just wish you could feel what you say. I'm the bad guy. So there's no present continuous tenses here. So look at what I said. The Billie Eilish sample doesn't have the present continuous tense. Can you find 2 alternative lines from 2 different Billie Eilish songs that have the present continuous? So keep on asking it for the result you want. So it says, apologies for the oversight. Here are 2 lines from 2 different Billie Eilish songs that contain the present continuous tense. I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name. I'm the bad guy. Still, it's not giving the accurate result. Can you see the issue with chat or AI? It sometimes provides inaccurate information. This is why we are the expert, right? So you need to figure out, no, this is not right. So what did I do? I decided to give up on Billie Eilish because ChatGPT was not helping me. So I said, I have decided to only include music from Taylor Swift in this lesson plan. Please rewrite the detailed lesson plan for song lyric scramble with this revision. So now it creates a revised lesson plan which only has Taylor Swift song lyrics in it, right? And then I said, let me show you now what you can do using this code. Maybe it can't create a PDF, but you can say create it in a Microsoft Word format. Then all you have to do is once it has this, just copy the code, right? And it says copied. Then you go to Word, press Control V, and then it creates it in a Word format. So again, I'm going to show you how this activity as well requires refining and you being the expert, right? Okay, so here we go. I want to create a gap fill activity for activity part 2 in referring to the lesson plan that will help students to practice subject-verb agreement in the present continuous tense. The exercise should have 10 questions. So again, being specific, you're giving the important information that it needs. And I've said, carry on the theme of music and teen life in the types of questions you create. This is because the lesson was about song lyrics. So I mean, still the sentences seem a little uncool, but I mean, we can't be perfect. But let's see what it comes up with. So it says, certainly, here's a gap fill activity for activity part 2. And let's see what it says. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb in the present continuous tense. Right now, my friends
Excuse me, Maria.
dance to their favorite song. Yes, darling, tell me.
I just want to know is now if we are doing an activity like this way,
Mm-hmm.
if we are focusing on this latest music,
Hmm.
right? Now most of this latest music have these kind of jargon words and all this,
Yes.
that unwanted words that. So is there a possibility that we can edit that also in the prompt saying not to kind of have these words in the exercises?
Definitely. You can say when you're choosing the song lyrics for this activity, do not include any lyrics that have slang or
Yeah, slang.
any offensive words. So you can
Yeah,
definitely
okay.
do that. Yeah, definitely. Because I think even in the Billie Eilish lyrics, there was like a duh in it. Like,
Mm.
I'm a bad guy, duh. Like, so if you don't want that sort of like language to be repeated in class, you can definitely refine it. Good question. So here we go. We have 10 and we have Sarah and Tom. So now my job was I went through each one and I checked whether they were actually in the present continuous tense, whether the context was the present continuous. And I had a problem with a few sentences. Let's look at the sixth sentence. Taylor Swift perform live at the stadium next weekend. Now, my issue was if I'm introducing the present continuous tense to students, I want to first introduce
This
it
is future
as,
tense.
yes, I want to first introduce it in its form of how we use it for temporary actions that happen right now, right? I don't want to confuse them by using a sentence that has the word next weekend because this is indicating we can use it for the future. So children might get confused.
Future
That was a problem. Then if I look at 9, every Friday, the students listen to music during recesses. This is wrong. We would say,
present tense.
yes, it should be present simple, not present continuous, right? And also, lately, I write my own songs in my bedroom. Now, this should be the present perfect tense. Lately, I have been writing present continuous, sorry, present perfect continuous. So we can see ChatGPT or AI is not an expert, right? So I went back and I told it what it needed to do. So I said the sentences should illustrate the use of the present continuous for temporary actions and actions happening now. Please revise the questions presented. So what does it do? It removes, or no, it has. Gave me the 10 sentences I wanted. Much better. And I said, rewrite the questions above. The verb within the bracket should be in the root form. So root form means not ing. So we have dance, sing, practice. So you can refine it. So then I said, can you provide the code? So this is something you can do. You can either use the word code or format. Can you provide the code or format for this exercise so that I could create a Word doc? And here we go. So it creates it. So all we do is we copy this code and then I'll show you how we paste it onto the document. And then you go here and you paste it there. It makes it much easier. Any questions before we go on?
Maria, I want to know is this what about activities with illustrations? Do they
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good question. Picture. So one good thing about Gemini is you can upload images. Can you see what my screen at the moment? Okay, so I said, what is noteworthy about this image? Give me ideas for how I can use its elements creatively, right? And I uploaded this image onto the computer. So all you have to do is click upload and then it will go to your documents and you can click, let's say, my downloads. And then let's say you select a document, click open, and then it is loading and I will enter prompt. Create a creative writing activity for a group of, let's say, 9-year-olds who are interested in, we could say, the stars based on this picture. Let's say aliens. The moment, in the sense, if it is like a JPEG, it's like easily shareable. So it says, sure, here is a creative writing activity, mystery on the mountaintops, setting the scene. Show the image to the students, ask them the following questions. What do you see? On in the campus, investigate where the light landed. Here's where the creative writing begins. Instruct the students to use their pencils or pens to write a story about what happens next. And here are some prompts. Right? So based on what your course objective is, do you want them to use descriptive words? Do you want them to use certain vocabulary that you have taught them? Right? Then you can incorporate that into a prompt and say, I want you to improve this lesson plan. And I want the students to be able to use maybe this feature of language. I want them to be able to use certain vocabulary. Or I want them to use imagery. Right? Whatever it is, you can uh, uh, improve upon this plan. So this is where Gemini is different to ChatGPT. So a lot to take in, right? But very, very helpful.
Very much.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's have a look at this lesson plan, going back to the lesson plan about song lyrics. Now, I wanted to create some sort of I did not like that aspect of the lesson plan where they interpret the meaning of the songs after this scrambling of, lyrics. So I said this task should be freer. Think of an activity that students should do in groups 3 or 4 that would have the use of the present continuous using a communicative approach. So using it in a natural way. It comes up with some instructions and some ideas, but I was not happy with it. So I said, can you provide an alternative idea that doesn't require presentation to a class? Because what happens is if one student presents one at a time, it takes a long time. Not everyone gets a chance to practice. So I said, they must practice in small groups, maybe an interview with Taylor Swift where they have to ask her questions to compel her to use the present continuous. Now, check it with you. Maybe you can tell them too, if you are teaching the present continuous tense, take one of the characters and tell them, okay, so we are going to create some sort of an interview with one of the characters, right? And you can use whatever the children are interested in. So you can, this is where your creativity comes in. So you have to sometimes give an idea to ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT didn't give me this idea of an interview. I came up with it, right? So I've said this can be form of a challenge where only the present continuous should be used in the question and answer format. So that sounds fun to me. So I said, and then it said absolutely, and it created this activity. Interview with Taylor Swift, how to divide the class. They'll be participating in an interview with Taylor Swift. Their goal is to ask questions that compel Taylor Swift to respond using the present continuous tense. And this becomes a game and very current. What are you currently working on? Who are you collaborating with? Where are you traveling to? So all in the present continuous. So I checked that everything seemed to be okay. You decide how you can run the activity. So there we go. I said, this is great. Let's go on to the next thing that we are going to learn. We are going to talk about how to explain concepts in fun ways.